Hi everyone, Tasha here, and today we're creating a Halloween card using items from the Paper Sweeties fourth quarter kit. And in this sweet kit, we have this fun stamp set. It's hard to see on camera, but I'm going to be using a broom stamp, a witch's hat, and then a Halloween greeting along with a little spider. I'll also be using these little enamel dots included in the sweet kit, and I'll be using the coordinating dies for the hat and the little spider. Once we stamp it, you'll see how these work together. For the paper, I'm going to use white cardstock, black cardstock, and this green plaid included in the sweet kit. And I love how the green looks with the black. For my stamping, I'm using stamping blocks. I'm going to position the little witch hat on one side of my block and then the broom on the other side. This way I can just keep stamping. I'm going in with some black hybrid ink. This way when I color with Copic markers, my ink won't smear or blend when I'm using that alcohol ink. I stamped the little witch hat 2 times just to make sure that I had a good impression, and both of them stamped well, but I have now 2 hats. I also went in with a little stamping block and stamped a little spider. Again, I just stamped multiple times just to make sure I could pick whichever image I wanted for my project, and I just stamped a little bit extra for future projects. After stamping my main images, I went in with the other side of my block that had the broom, and I just randomly started stamping the brooms on the background paper. I wanted to kind of create my own design, so I used a piece of scrap cardstock in the back, and then I'm just kind of turning that center card and positioning the brooms all randomly. I think it looks really fun. After, I'm going in with some Copic markers and just doing some simple coloring. I'm using a shade of brown to color the broom handles, and then I'll go in with a golden yellow color for the bottom part of the broom. This is real easy since you don't need many colors, and you can have them all look the same for the brooms and then mix up maybe other colors in the background or your pattern paper. To add extra color, I went in with some golden yellow ink and just ink blended around the edges. I love doing this. I think it's a good way to add some color, but not color the whole background. This gives a spotlight effect, and since I'm having that hat be kind of the focal point, I wanted the color on the edge getting lighter towards the center. After my background was done, I put it aside just to dry a little bit, and then I started coloring my little witch hat. I love this little witch hat. It's so cute. It's an add-on set for the Paper Sweeties gnome stamp set, so you can use that in combination and make a Halloween or witchy gnome. But for this, I'm just going to use the hat and have that be my main detail. I'm going in with some green because I like green and purple together, but I decided to go in with a black marker to make it look like the center part of a belt that goes around the hat. And I like the way this buckle looks, and I just added a couple little dots, kind of like how it would look if it was going around a hat and you had different areas to buckle it up. Once I was done, I colored up the spider. I colored it in black and then added some red. And then I went in with some darker shades of the purple and green and added some shadowing. I like how it looks where you have a little bit of a darker color and then the lighter towards the center again. Next, I'm going in with some glue runner and I'm going to attach all my layers. I'm attaching that first layer onto the piece of black cardstock. This is great. It gives a nice matting to that center card we designed, and it's a sturdy black cardstock, so it also raises that center card up a little bit. After, I attached the pretty plaid paper to the same type of black cardstock, again, just to keep everything the same and coordinate with each other. And then I added that center layer card. And do you see how it looks with just that extra black detail? It kind of separates that green plaid from the center card, but everything goes together. To have the hat again be the focal point and not get, lost in that cool background we just made, I took some foam tape and then I'm going to use it just to raise it up a little bit. So I added just a single layer of foam tape to the center and a little bit on each of the edges and the point. And I'm going to put this directly in the center of the card. If you wanted to get this same look without using the foam tape, you could also use fun foam or cut layers of scrap cardstock and just layer that hat. I also off camera stamped Happy Halloween. It's included in the set, and layered a piece of silver glitter paper and that same black cardstock behind the greeting, and I positioned it right under the hat. I also attached the little spider so that it looks like the spider is also crawling from underneath the hat and it's around the greeting. You can also put the spider coming off the tip of the hat or even coming off from one of the corners, and it would look really cute. And then I just attached several of those little enamel dots included in the kit, and then added some little white details with my white gel pen. I like adding little details, and this way you kind of have little bits of highlights and little bits of dots on the spider for his eyes and legs. And this is how it looks all completed. The last part, I'm just going to attach it to a heavyweight white card base that I pre-cut, and then this will complete the card. I did make my card base slightly larger. This way it gives another layer and a white frame around that black edge. And I think it looks just really nice when you have that extra white showing through. So this is my card. I hope you enjoyed a peek at the new Paper Sweeties 4th quarter sweet kit and are having a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.